still wants to join, it's not too late. We just went over like what days we're going to meet. We're going to be meeting A, B, C, and D day mornings at 7:40 in the Mac Lab. So if you're interested in joining, our next meeting is, oh gosh, it's next week. I'll make an announcement. Anyway, so yeah, so if you're still interested in joining, please join. You don't have to know how to like use the computers and like how to design pages. We'll teach all that to you, and you take pictures, do whatever.
So Movie Club is showing The Prestige today at 5:30 in the theater, and it's going to be the most hopping place on campus. So you should come. It's from 5:30 to about 7:40 or 8. It's going to be really fun. It's a great movie, so just come, even if you're not in Movie Club.
Okay, and also breaks lately have been getting a little bit noisy, so just remember to respect anybody that's up making an announcement and keep your comments to a minimum. Okay, so thank you.
Field hockey, we have an away game today. You get out of fifth period at 1:45, and we're leaving in the vans at 2. If you are not changed, I will be disappointed in you. Get changed before work jobs at lunch during a free something, because we have to be leaving by 2 to get there on time.
And softball, we're going to have a meeting today at lunch because we're going to do a fall fair booth. So that means if you played last year, or if you're a new freshman and you're planning on playing this year, come and get ready for our fall fair booth.
Tennis girls won against the match with Gonzalez.
Everyone won 6-0, 6-0, except one group who won 6-0, 6-1. Yeah. And MUN has a meeting Monday, and we're going to be starting to get sign-ups for BMUN. So if you want to go to BMUN in the spring, which is during spring break in San Francisco, you should all come.
York Water Polo won their game against Palma yesterday.
The score was 8-5, and Logan scored 1, I scored 1, Cameron scored 2, and Teo scored 4, so good job, guys.
So cross country had a meet yesterday.
Yeah, first one this year.
Yeah, that's all we have to say.
The principals of acting class are having their first performance. We're doing monologues in the theater on Tuesday. It's going to be at 11:35, and don't bring your lunch into the theater. Yeah, so we would love if you can come out and support. It's not really theater without an audience, so, and we worked really hard on them, so please come. Thank you.
Okay, robotics club today, physics room. We're going to talk about fall fair some more, and also, again, some more ideas about what we're going to do for the rest of the year. Also, lacrosse booth for fall fair. I need some volunteers to see who wants to help serve food. Please come see me if you're interested. We need the help.
Okay, time for one of those little regular reminders. York School has 3 core values that govern the way we behave and treat one another, and those are?
Honesty, respect, responsibility.
Very good. You just heard them mentioned by Nick about respect. So we've got a little object lesson about that very thing. And the subject is service learning and community service in general, which in our view is supposed to be a happy thing, a positive thing. In my Path group this week, we told funny stories about things that had happened in service learning and ways that we discovered something about our humanity and the people that we work with. It's supposed to be a happy thing, but like a lot of things, there are little requirements, and one of them is that you submit certain materials, that you log in and record hours, and doing so is responsible behavior, and it is your responsibility. Unfortunately, we got a little list of people who have not done so, and what they're doing is putting a really exciting opportunity that's coming up for a field trip on Monday in jeopardy, because you have to take care of your responsibilities, before you get your privileges. Okay? So I think we're going to read that list in just a moment, but I want to extend it to something else too, and that's a matter of respect. I think you do a great job in general of respecting the faculty as well as each other, but here's an offer that's been made that I think you ought to know about. Because there's this list of students who have not completed some part of the paperwork or whatever it is for their service learning and may lose this opportunity to go away on Monday, Ms. Sanford has made a very generous offer, and that's to extend the deadline. And if she does that, that means she's going to give up weekend time. Time that she would be spending with her family, time that she'd be going to a birthday party or whatever is on her schedule. Now, I know some of you think that what happens to teachers when the class ends is that they just freeze in place in front of the whiteboard and are in a kind of suspended animation until Monday morning. No. Not true. There are lives. You know, real human beings. One Sunday afternoon I was in Costco. I was in a t-shirt and a pair of sweatpants and flip-flops, and I ran into a York family, and the response was, you mean you like go shopping? So people have real lives. Ms. Sanford has real life. She's making an offer to take some of that weekend time to help you catch up with your responsibility. So I think you ought to not only respect, but appreciate that. Thank you.
So that there's no confusion? I don't know. We don't usually like to out people from here, but I am definitely going to be mentioning some names. And so that there's no confusion, Mrs. Sanford is giving you until Saturday evening at 5 o'clock. Does that seem fair? At 5 o'clock to get this in so that those of you who are hoping to go up to Google on Monday can actually do that. So here's who you are. Brendan Martin, you need your hours verified, reflection, and to log your hours. Cassie Guido, you need to do your reflection. Jen McDonald, reflection. Josh Pompan, reflection. Mary Joplin, log hours. Reno Navalis, log hours. Ryan Galloway, reflection. Juniors, Anna Tienda, you've not turned in your verification of service hours for grade 10. Sophomores, Simon Butler, Joseph Ewing, and, oh, I always hate it when I set myself up to say last names I haven't learned how to pronounce yet. Kian, you all need to turn in your verification of service hours. Yes, I checked it out. You all need to turn in your verification of service hours for grade 9. Simon, Joseph, and Kian. If you think that there is some confusion or you do not know how to do this, what are you going to do? Excellent! Talk to Mrs. Sanford. Yes, she's a compassionate and caring human being. Go talk to her. And I'm sure that there have been times in your lives when you've gone to her and said, I'm really having a tough time. Could you please reschedule a test? Or could you please give me a little bit of an extension? And she's done that so that you too could have a life. Allow her to have one too, please. I have a couple of other little things that I've been asked to remind you of that had to do, it's just little housekeeping things. So please remember that we really don't want you to put personal locks onto these lockers down here in addition to the school locks. And in fact, if you have one on there, just go ahead and take it off now. If you want a lock for the locker room locks, please ask Mr. Sanchez. Hi, Mr. Sanchez. Please ask Mr. Don't you wave too, Senor Soto. We'll get confused. Please ask Mr. Sanchez for a lock, for the locker room locks. And finally, there are like to get you a message and not call you on your cell phone. When that happens, they call Miss Saniko, and she does a little note for you, and she puts it on the student message board that's across from Mr. Harmon's office. If you don't know where that is, that's probably a good thing to find. So across from Mr. Harmon's office, would you please make a habit of checking that message board at least twice a day? Just as you're walking by, maybe to room 6, you just look at it and make sure that there's not a message up there for you. Thank you.
Okay, so there will be a Wilderness Club meeting today in Mr. Fink's room, 11:45.
Yeah, we're going to be handing out the permission slips and talking about our fall break trip. So if you want to be on the trip, you need to be there today. Thank you.
Okay.